Well, hello everybody, it's Rose, and I am here to do a kitting down video. And this is going to be a kit down of all of the diamond paintings that I completed while I was in London in August and September. I finished 6 diamond paintings there, and so I now want to put all of the drills away. So I have my container for spare square drills, my container for spare round drills. I don't need that right now. These are all the round and special shapes leftovers that I've got, so I don't need those right now. I'll put those aside. I have my DMC color chart. This is the 2018 edition, so it's pretty up to date. So that if I have any questions about colors, I can check them here. I also have, as a backup, the DMC color chart book from Diamond Painting 911 that is available on Amazon. This is the 2nd edition. It has a lot more charts, so there are different ways that the colors are presented. So I use this for different things. The thing is that the printer that printed this was using different colors than the printer that printed this. Since this is put out by DMC, I trust this. This I use as a guide to give me a sense of how different 2 colors should look. Okay, so I don't need those right now either because I'm doing square drills. So what I have here is I've got my container. It's just a shoebox, a plastic shoebox that I got at I got it at Home Depot a few years ago. And then I've got just little envelopes inside that have ranges of drills in them. And I realized I don't have one thing that I might need, and that's labels in case I have to change the numbers on any of these. And I don't have spare envelopes. Well, I do have spare envelopes. They're in with the round drills. So I might need to change these envelopes. We'll see. Okay. So one of the main tools that I have for square drills is this DMC Shopper's Checklist. And it's just a checklist with all of the DMC numbers on it. I have one for square drills and one for round drills. And every time I get a kit with square or round drills, and I finish the kit, I go through the bag of drills that are left over, and I tick off. I don't need this. Okay, so this is just what's left of my inventory sheet. So these are all my leftover drills. I will reuse this baggie. All right, so I had put, because this was a travel kit, I had put all of the drills in little plastic bags. So I'm just going to keep them in those bags and put them in the appropriate envelope. So the first thing I do is go through all of these and determine whether I have already got spares of that color. So for every kit that I have spares of a particular color in, I add another tick mark. Now, I have erased a number of tick marks because there was one night that I was bored and I decided I was going to organize my spares a little bit better. So I actually went through all of my spares, and when I had multiples of a single color, like a single DMC number, I compared them. If they were the same, I put them all together. If they were different, I kept them separate, in separate baggies. So I was able to consolidate the number of baggies a little bit. And what I did was, if I consolidated baggies of 2 exactly the same colors, I would just take off this label and stick it on the bag that I was putting the drills into. Okay, so I'm just going to go through. Today I'm not going to do any consolidation, so I'm just going to tick off the DMC numbers that I have spares of. I have a lot of 823s. Doesn't really matter if I don't have tick marks for every single one. It essentially just tells me that I have a bunch of different colors of spares for that. So this is just, this is actually where I'm doing the inventory and keeping my list of colors that I have available up to date. This is super useful because if I run out of a color when I'm doing a diamond painting, I just come, I check to see whether I already have some spares of that color. And if I do, then I just check to make sure that the spares that I have are the same hue as the ones in the kit that I'm working on. And if they are, then I can continue working on my kit as long as I've got enough spare drills. Sometimes I don't have the same hue, and then I have to decide, is it close enough? And sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. But in any case, if I run out of drills, I will always go back to the company that I bought the kit from, and I will ask them to send me however many I would have needed to complete the kit, because I want to maintain my supply of spares. So, oh, this is 3766. Okay, 3766. Okay, 318. So yeah, this takes a little bit of time, but as far as I'm concerned, it's time well spent. And it, usually I'm not talking through it, so I can actually sort of, it's kind of meditative time. My mind goes to, whatever it goes to, and I find it extremely restful and just peaceful. It's very zen-like to go through this, and I love playing with my drills, so it's happy time. Now this was in a Uyigia store kit, and Uyigia always sends a crazy amount of extra drills. So I have multiple bags of drills left over in some of these baggies. Okay, so doing this kit is going to be super easy because all of the colors are numbered by DMC. Doing the rounds is going to take a little bit longer, and I might fast forward through that because most of them don't have DMC numbers on them. So in some ways that's kind of easy because I'm not going to match them up to DMC numbers today. I might show you how I would do it, but I'm not going to do it for all of them. 977. There we go. 819. They sent me an extra 3 bags plus the leftovers from the bag that I had going. When I'm doing diamond paintings, I only open bags as I go. So if there are, 10 bags, I'll open, 3 or 4 of them at a time, and then just open one more as I'm needing more, because I know that I might end up with more than a whole bag of drills left over, and if that's the case, I want to leave the bag in its original cellophane bag. I don't want to be cutting open bags that I'm never going to use the drills from in that kit. That's just my thing. Not everybody does that, and that's fine because we can all do diamond painting however we like. As soon as the kit is ours, it's ours to do with whatever we want. And I know some people throw away their spare drills. I can't do that. I just can't do that. And I believe, I don't use Facebook, but I believe that there are groups on Facebook that that actually they share drills amongst each other. So if you run out of something, you can go to that Facebook group and say, hey, I need some 720. Do you have any? And somebody who's got spare 720s will send you their spare 720s, however many of them you need. Or a few people might kick in together to make sure you've got enough, which I think is super. The diamond painting store that I go to just outside of London, Ontario, they are starting up sort of a place where people can leave their spare drills if they don't want to keep them, and other people can just use them. And so that is, again, a very environmentally friendly and just community friendly way of helping, sisters helping sisters. 798. Okay, so in some cases I am I'm getting the first bag of drills. In other cases, I've got multiple bags of the same color. So now I don't need this sheet anymore. I'll keep it here, but what the heck. And now I'm going to put these in numerical order, because that'll make it easier to put away my drills, because I've got them in envelopes here according to number. I hope you can see the whole table here, but it's not the end of the world if you can't. And I'm going to take that off the table for now. So this is just very much putting numbers in order, and I'm not going to really try to talk through it too much. I might just put up some music, because I don't know what I can say about this, except it's awfully pretty to look at all these lovely colors. And I do enjoy that. And it gives me, like, doing this actually serves as a reminder of all the beautiful colors that I worked with while I was doing the diamond painting. And I chose this diamond painting because I loved the colors. And so it's nice to just be able to see them once again. Now I think I'm going to have to move those, but yeah, I'm going to have to move them. All right. I'll put all the 9s on the next row. Okay. There we go. This is actually going pretty fast. The round drills will not go that fast. Well, maybe they will. Just depends on a bunch of stuff, which I'll talk about when we get to that point. So the DMC Shoppers Checklist I do have on my Patreon page, and it is, I think I have it on my Patreon page. If I don't, I will post it. I will post it before this video gets posted. And so anybody who wants to find it can find it easily there. Okay. There we go. All right. So so now I've got them all in order, and now comes the easy part. So I have, I'm going to show you the envelopes. So each envelope has a range of DMC numbers on it. Those are the DMCs that go into that envelope. So it's a simple case of about this one. I need to put the 154s in, and I just drop them in. Well, I suppose I can, yeah, I'll put them in order. So that's 154. Then I don't have anything in the next envelope. Then I need this one because I have 208 to put in here. And again, I will put it in numerical order. So I have another 208, and I'll just show you. These are both 208, but they're very different. So I'm just going to keep them separate. Like those two will never be matched up. Then I need to put a number of them in here. So, well, no, just one. 318. And I have quite a few bags of 318. And so when I was doing my consolidation, as you see, I found essentially 4 different colors of 318. And now I have another one, and I think it's the same as this, but I'm not going to fuss about it. I'm just going to drop it in there because I will do the consolidation some other time. I don't need to consolidate again anytime soon because I've done it. So now I need 3, oh, no, I'm missing one. I need, wait a minute. Oh, okay, I had an envelope out of order. So I need 327, 340, these two will go in this envelope. So there's 340. And there's 327. And again, I have another 327. Those actually look pretty similar. I'm not sure what you can see. So, yeah, those actually look pretty similar. But again, I'm not going to worry about consolidating them for now. That can be done later on. So now I need up to 450. So there's only one, and I know I have a bunch of 413s in here. I'm just going to drop this in. Oh, okay. So actually, I put all of my 413s that I had from previous kits in here. So there's 5 kits worth. No, 4 kits worth in here because this was what the baggie was labeled with. And let's see. That looks pretty close. So when I do a consolidation, I'll be putting them all in that bag. Well, I might have to put it in a bigger baggie, but whatever. It will. It looks like they're all the same color. Now this goes up to 525, so these 3 will go in here. And there's no magic way that I labeled the envelopes. I just picked a range at random, and if I start having an envelope that's too full, all I do is I cover over the last number. I put, like, instead of it going to 525, maybe I'd put it to 499. And then I'd put a new envelope in that was 500 to 525. And I don't care if there's no 499 DMC number. That just gives me my range of colors that go in there. So yeah. So that's, I try to keep it simple. And now I need 554, so that'll go in here. And this goes up to 600. So 554. Again, there's just a whole bunch of, okay, so I have another bag of 554 in here, and they're not the same color at all. So the next time I ever need spare 554s, I'll go in here and I'll compare the two that I have to the 554 that I ran out of. If neither of those are the same, then what I'll do is I'll go through the DMC book and match the one that I'm running out of against the DMC, because maybe the one that I'm running out of is not actually the correct DMC number. Like maybe the dye lot is off and it's closer to a different color. In which case, hold on, there's one more in here. In which case, I would go looking for the other color that it might be. I don't actually need anything in that envelope. So 651 to 725. This is 677. And let's see. Yeah, I've got 2 bags of 677s in here already. And they're slightly off. And this one is probably closer to the first one. Yeah, I would say that the one that I've got, this one that I'm putting in right now is the same color as the first one, and this one is off. And that's fine, I don't care. Okay, so this goes up to 725, so I can put my 702 in. And again, I've got another 702, and they're a little bit different. And then I've got 703 and 704. And here's the 720 that I have in there. That has 1, 2, 3 kits worth in there that were the same. This kit that I'm putting in, excuse me, it's a slightly brighter orange, so I won't be consolidating those two. And that was 720. Okay, so now I go up to 750 in this envelope, so 741. And those two, no, they don't really look the same. This one is brighter. And then I got 742, and I have a 742 in here. And again, the one that I'm putting in, it's more orange. And I don't have any 743 yet. So there we go. And now I need the 751 to 800 because I've got 792 and 798. And I am running out of space in here, so I won't be doing it today, but probably the next time that I fill this, I will, like that I do an inventory, I will create a new bag. Yeah, there's 797, and then there's my 798 that I need. And I have a few 798s in there already. Okay, yeah, this is a little fuller than I want my envelopes, but it doesn't matter. And actually, I'm starting to run out of space in this container, so I'll be breaking this up into 2 different shoe boxes the next time that I do a square kitting down. Then I've got 819 to 8, well, this is 816 to 830, so I can put a few of my colors in here. Oh, okay, so I've got an 823 in here that I forgot to remove the cardboard from. I put cardboard in the bags when I'm working out of the bags because that actually makes them stand up nice and straight. But the cardboard takes up valuable space in the baggie. So I'll show you once again. So yeah, these are all different colors of 823. So, I mean, they might look very similar to you. The sunlight's not the brightest. I moved over here to get the best sun, but it's a very cloudy day today, so I'm not sure that you're getting the best effect here. But these are the three colors that were, these are the three colors that were in there. And when I was going through them, I determined that they were different. Now I'm looking at them and it's like, they're pretty close. But anyway, and then I think this one is probably a little different too. It might be the same as this one. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter if there's more than one bag in here. Some people keep their bags separate forever and never. Oh, and see, and I've got another 823. And it actually is more like the one that I'm putting in there now. So I probably would consolidate those ones at some point. As I was saying, some people never consolidate their colors and they just always keep their drills from one kit separate from their drills from another. And so they would have multiple baggies or Tic Tac containers or whatever it is that they use to store their drills. I'm not that much of a purist. I'm probably more of a purist than some people, but not as much of a purist as others. So, and that's okay with me because these are my drills and I can do whatever the heck I want with them. All right, this goes up to 930 and I don't have 930, so I need the next one. Yeah, these are pretty tight in here now. So I need 931. I need 939. I have a lot of 939. And see, this is 932s from an Evermoment kit that I did. This is the spares from that kit. They send you a whack ton of extras. And this was, I think, more, no, not from that kit, but anyway, I've got a whole bunch, well, 3 different 939s. And again, sometimes they're almost black, and sometimes they're a deep, deep navy blue. And I'm good with whatever. I just want to be able to match whatever kit that I'm working on to the color that that is in my stash. So these two are different colors of green. I will never put those in together. All right, 931 to 960. So I have a few that will go in here. There. See, there is no 1,000, and that's okay, because this is just a way for me to store my drills. It doesn't have to be gospel in terms of only including real DMC numbers. Okay, there we go, 964, then I got 995, and do I have another 995? No. No. So there's my 995, and I got 977. I do have 977s. So I've got, again, I'm just showing you this for interest's sake. I've got those 2 colors of 977, and then I've got this color of 977. And they're all different. So these 3 will never be consolidated. Whoops. It's 976, which is very similar in color to 977. Okay. And sorry if I was mumbling. I apologize for that. Almost done. 3,000 to 3050. So I can put my 3023 in here. Yeah, so I mean, when I started these envelope systems, I didn't know how much I was going to have of any given color. So I just, you know, made up a range of numbers on each envelope, thinking, well, you know, if I put 9 or 10 or 15 of the numbers, you know, that's a start anyway. And since then I've had to split them up so that, you know, I can't even have like 15 different DMC numbers in a single envelope, because I just get too many leftovers. Okay, that's it for that. 3601 to 3725. Yeah, there's only one that goes in here. 3607, and you see I've got a number. Yeah, I got a bunch of 3607s, and I thought they were all different. Now I'm looking at them, and these two actually look pretty much the same. And these two look close. I wouldn't say that these are the same. This one's got a little bit more blue to it than this, but this is definitely a brighter pink than those two. So I'll probably just keep these separate. And now I need 3750. And I think I have a lot of some of these colors. Oh, interesting. I don't have 3750. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. I have a whole bunch of 3750. And again, this is not quite the same. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different kits that I put in here because I thought the colors were the same. Okay, 3766 to 3800, so I need that and that. So I already have 3766. Those are close, but they're not exactly the same. And then 3781. So I do try to keep the bags in order inside the envelopes that I keep here. It just makes it easier to find drills when I need them. So now I'm down to 3801 to 3849. Okay, and that's where all of these go. Okay, 3844, 45, and I do have a 3846. But it's, again, a different color. So there, I'm done. And then the last bag is 3850 to 3866, which is the last DMC number. And I also keep my white ecru and B5200 in there. That might actually all be the same thing. I don't actually have any spare 5200s or pure white. Because I don't actually get them in most of my kits. Okay, so that's it. That one is done. And I was going to do my rounds in this video, but I'm thinking maybe I'll break these up, because let's see how long this has been going on. It's been 34 minutes. I don't know how much time you guys want to spend with me doing kitting down on a particular project. So I'm just going to call this the kitting down of the Bear with Butterfly, and I will do a separate video of the kitting down of all of my round and crystal kits that I did in London. So thank you everybody for my wonderful patrons. Thank you so much for your financial support. It means the world to me. And for all my viewers and subscribers on YouTube, thank you so much to you. You're the reason that I do these videos. So I hope that that you're enjoying these. And I'll see you very soon when I do this kit down process. Bye-bye, everybody.